So I saw that New Mutants trailer, and all I gotta say is, where do I get my ticket? I've wanted to show this off to you. I got the New Mutants #1, Derek Chu exclusive. I got this from Comics Elite. I went and checked just before I started this video, and they do have a few left. It said that they're running out. So if you want to get your hands on one of these here, I'd go to Comics Elite right now and go check it out. But man, that trailer, huh? That trailer's pretty sick. I saw the first one. The second one that just released today is pretty amazing, right? Like they're just inside of this medical facility, and they're experimenting on them, and they've got, you know, these horror sequences going on. I mean, this is something totally new for the franchise, man. And frankly, all I can say is, man, bravo, man, go for it, man. Let's see where we can take this, right? So I was looking into it, you know, and I wanted to see the characters and everything, and I wanted to share with you what I found out, man. So, you know, the main person in here looks like it's going to be Moonstar. She's a Native American mutant, and she can basically create illusions that are based on a person's fears, right? And she has this very strong connection to the villain in the movie, and that villain's Demon Bear. And I was looking at Demon Bear because I'm not really, you know, too familiar with Demon Bear himself, but supposedly what he did was, man, when he was created, he enslaved Moonstar's parents inside of his being, and he's like a living nightmare. This dude can teleport, he feeds off of negative energy, and he has the ability to transform and to corrupt souls. So we can see that somehow these two are tied in together, and they're creating all of these different nightmare sequences for the different mutants that are here. Because basically, what did they say? You know, whatever's here keeps making you relive your deepest, darkest nightmares until you die, right? And that's why you see all those graves out there of all those other mutants, and you know, they basically start going down the line on all these mutants that are there. It's a handful of youngsters, man, and you know, basically they're having like a AA meeting, but it's a Killers Anonymous meeting, because every single one of them is just, you know, deadly power, you know. So it goes through all of them, and then at the end it gets to Magic, and Magic's like, I killed 18 people, you know, I executed them. She's proud of that, so she's fully aware and harnesses her power. But let's go through them, man. I mean, first you got Wolf's Bane, right? So Wolf's Bane turns into a wolf, and she's extremely religious, and you could see her inside of the trailer actually transforming a couple times. There's actually a sequence there that I don't know, some people are suggesting that Cecilia Reyes, the doctor, that she is actually attacked by Wolf's Bane, or maybe even Demon Bear, but she's all cut up and everything. But since we're mentioning Cecilia Reyes, I mean, she's being played by Alicia Braga. You know, that's Teresita from the Queen of the South. You know, I could probably make a connection and connect both of them, and make some random theory of how they're connected. But that's pretty cool, man. But she's basically she was offered a position by Professor Xavier with the X-Men, or at the Institute, and she turned it down, man. So she followed a career in her in the medical practice, and she actually is a mutant herself, and she could generate a protective force field around herself. And it's kind of interesting that in the trailer they went to the edge and they were touching it, and they're like, well, this isn't a you know, a place where we get better. This is a place we're trapped here, you know. And you saw them touching it like that, and then you saw, you know, you saw the force field. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Cecilia is creating that herself and trapping them there, or maybe she's trying to hold Demon Bear in there. I mean, who knows, man? Because there's theories that she's either, you know, the bad person or a good person. Nobody knows what her motives are. And then you also have Cannonball. You know, Cannonball is from Kentucky, and his family were, his dad was a miner. And then you see that sequence where he's in a mine, and you know, in a mine shaft, and I guess that nightmare he's reliving it. But Cannonball basically can launch himself really fast, and in this instance, when he's launching himself, he's like, you can't hurt him. You know, he's like invincible during that time period when he's launching himself. And then you also have Sunspot. Sunspot, I went and checked out his origin, and he's actually like a Brazilian mutant. And this guy can manipulate solar power, right? And what I saw was a little story where he was playing soccer or playing some type of sport, and somebody picked a fight with him. And when the dude picked a fight with him, he launches the dude across, you know, the damn field, and he turns all black. You know, he turned into a sunspot. So I thought that was cool. And then you have Magic herself, which is on the cover here. All right. Now this is Ileana Rasputin. So they're suggesting, I don't know if it's a fact, but they're suggesting that this is Colossus's sister. And I'm, you know, willing to believe that this artist, Derek Chu, also agrees with that theory. Or it might not even be a theory, but definitely could see her there. And she is a sorceress. She does teleportation on like, she has like teleportation discs, and she's like interdimensional and everything. And this right here is the soul sword. And this is made from the purest parts of her soul. And whoever holds this sword, their power and their magic increases. So I think we're in for a pretty good story. These mutants are going to get together, and they are going to tackle, you know, and take out, you know, Demon Bear. And from what I understand, this is inspired by Stephen King and John Hughes. I also found out that it will connect to the main X-Men storyline in some way. They haven't announced it. So, I mean, she's already linked to Colossus, and you already see Colossus in Deadpool and all that type of stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see this. It's going to be horror, and, you know, this is going to lead into other things, man. Hopefully, you know, it is Marvel. It is under Fox. But this horror storyline is going to start playing out. You know, Doctor Strange is going to be a horror line. Vision and the Scarlet Witch is going to be a horror line. And all this stuff is going to be on Disney+. So I'm personally hoping that we see the Midnight Suns, you know, that we see Blade. We know Blade has a movie coming out. And I'll be covering all this stuff, man. I'm just trying to collect comics so I can show y'all. Right now, I do have a handful of New Mutants, and they are older. But this is the newest, and I wanted to show this one to you because it is an exclusive. The artwork is of the main mutant that's going to be in there, Ileana Rasputin, Magic. And I think this is an awesome cover, beautiful art. I would open it up and let you see it, but I don't even want to crease it. It's a card stock, and you know how that goes. You want to protect your card stock. So this is just going right into the short box, and that's that, man. But I think it's awesome. Hopefully you like my review, my comments. So like, subscribe, flick that little notification bell, click all. That way you keep yourself updated on everything that we've got going on here on Gods on Earth, and definitely share it with others, man.
Gods on Earth.